Hey, it's Jag, and this is my friend Michael, and we are here. I'm gonna do something different for this video. Something I haven't done before is do a kind of a revisit of a bourbon, and this is the Wilderness Trail Family Reserve Cask Strength Kentucky Straight Whiskey. And this is a barrel pick from Astor Wine and Spirits in New York City. And the other video that I did with Josiah was this same bottle, but it was a barrel pick from I can't remember the name of the liquor store, but they were in Amarillo, Texas. So it's the same exact thing except for different barrels, and there's single barrel selects. So Michael got the one from Astor. This is his. He's been drinking it, obviously, in New York, and I was in Seattle drinking mine that I got from Texas, which is that one.
Which is this one.
Which is that one. So this is the first time. Let me back up. So we were drinking our respective bottles, and I kind of was having a good experience of mine, and he definitely was not. I don't want to put words in your mouth if you want to talk about what your experience was.
We had the complete opposite reactions on our bottles. I don't want to say it out loud before he's tasted it the first time. I don't want to. I will happily voice.
Well, I'll just repeat what you have said so far, then, if that's fair, because you've already told me that.
That's fine.
And then your feeling was that there was an odd flavor throughout, and that it was way too hot. There was no smoothness to the alcohol aspect.
It never. The first sip that I had was such a burn, and a long burn. I kept waiting for something else to happen beside the burn. It was almost painful. And I've not had that reaction to any high proof so far.
Yeah.
So it was an odd reaction. I thought, I'll give it a moment.
And so I suggested that you tried adding some water or having it over ice, and you did all that, and still you kept coming back and saying it's not helping. It's still undrinkably.
It helped.
It changed it.
It helped. It just ameliorated a tiny bit. All right, it made it. I could get through it, but I was not particularly enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's the real. There was
That's
no.
The
finish.
bottom line. Right? Is
Right.
that you weren't enjoying it.
No.
And I was. And my experience of that, what you're holding, is that it's very complex. There were days when I drank it and I was like, I'm tasting urine, or it tastes like wood, or I'm not smelling anything. But after a couple of sips of that, I always got something really interesting and delicious. And
Do you want to remind yourself of that?
I had a sip before I turned the camera on, and I was getting a sweet caramel and some spices, kind of vanilla.
Yes, I got all of what he just said, and I got none of that when I.
And when I'm smelling yours, I get like shoe.
As in leather.
A leather shoe with polish on it.
Does that polish have a chemical?
Yeah,
ring
there's a
to
little
it?
bit of a worn leather, a little bit of foot odor, and a little bit of chemical polish smell, all
See,
blending to make this perfect loafer.
I got none. That's a complete opposite flavor profile of the nose.
Yeah, which goes to show you what I think is so fascinating about bourbon is the unpredictable organic nature of it.
There's
Like-
no going in. There's really no.
Because did we compare years? I think these were all.
The only big difference in ours was the barrel lot. I was like 1,000.
But at some point, your barrel and my barrel were sitting in maybe in the same rick house. Maybe not, because that number doesn't look familiar, and it doesn't look like the number that I had. But I mean, the point is, they can't recreate the recipe exactly. Even like if you went out and bought Angel's Envy Triple Oak 2 years ago, and then you got it again this year,
if your palate was that,
and you tasted them side by side, they would be different. You would notice differences because they can't create it exactly. It's an inexact art. This whole bourbon making thing, which I think comes from the unpredictable nature of fermenting, and then also of the
the blend,
the storing. What happens in the
rick house? And the heat and
the weather and all the different factors. So, well, here comes the moment of truth. Let's taste each other's shit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Such a great ring.
In yours, I got a little cherry in the beginning, and then char at the end. There's a real strange flavor in the finish that I don't like. But there was also something, real, God, what was the word I was thinking of? I had a good word for it. I'm sorry. It was like a tingly, almost like a tingly flavor.
A flavor tingles.
There was something that the heat was doing. The way it was just.
It wasn't offensive. So you didn't get an offensive.
I wasn't offended by it, but I could definitely feel the tingle.
That is that what you equate with the hot end of heat? The burn?
No, that's
burn. Tingle different from a burn.
A true hot burn would be more like a burn.
All the way down.
Tingle is almost like a mild version of heat, a middle kind of heat.
If I remember correctly, when I opened the bottle, that heat stayed with all the way.
Yeah. I wouldn't call this unnecessarily hot. Like, I'm not having the same heat experience as you.
That's true.
But there is that real odd flavor.
I don't know whether I called it, thought of it as medicinal or chemical. There was some unidentifiable. I couldn't name it either.
It could even be natural if it's something like tar, which is, just petroleum, I guess, and dirt.
A petroleum byproduct. Well, yes, but to me, it wasn't something I necessarily wanted.
No, it's not.
In my taste.
It's a flaw. It's a flaw for sure.
There's the word. There's the word.
You love it when I use that word.
I could never remember it.
Oh.
That's why. I need another taste of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's so much smoother than the impressions I had from my bottle. I got sweet, smoke comes late as well. all in all, it's just pleasant. Well,
Getting any spices?
longer. I can't name one specifically, but there's a longer finish to this than there was to that for me. For me,
This one can't finish fast enough, as far as I'm concerned.
well, that's
Because
like
that last flavor that lingers around
the
is
one
the worst
you
one.
don't want.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
Sting. That's the word I was thinking of.
Skin?
Sting.
Oh,
It stings. It almost like, it doesn't like burn
where? Here in the throat? In the mouth?
in the back of the throat and in the mouth. In the back of the mouth.
Upper palate?
Upper and back.
Yeah.
Like
well,
in the
that's
throat.
Your soft palate area.
Yeah. I could see why you wouldn't like this.
And
It has that
this
weird
is-
flavor to it that kind of just ruins it. There's things going on. I'm getting dark fruits, like I keep getting like a cherry or a plum or something, and some wood notes. But then that
See, I got
spice.
wood now. This way late again. That's also almost connected to the char feeling.
Yeah,
Now it's time for us to switch.
switch and see if we're just crazy.
Yeah. See, oh, it was a guessing game all along. See,
Right away, smelling this, it's so nice because I get like a waffle cone. And the spiciness. Cola. It's weird that like this is sold under the same label as that because they are so
Okay.
different.
if I go in and get a real whiff, I keep the first reference I have is I get doctor's office,
Huh.
which is to me
Sterile.
an unpleasant side effect of the astringent alcohol smell that's
Yeah.
everywhere. But if you stay farther away from it, it's not.
What I like about this one is it doesn't sting nearly as much.
Sting.
And there's an oakiness and the spice really comes through. Like I get cinnamon kind of and a little clove. I've gotten clove before, although I'm not getting it so strong right now. But I keep going back to allspice, which is just kind of
Oh,
yeah, this
all
is just
the
kind of like a
above.
little infinity bottle blend of spices going on. I would prefer this one over that one.
you trade back.
I'm stuck here with the. So isn't that interesting though? Like if you saw these on the shelf, you would assume that they would taste exactly the same, and you're like, oh, I should just buy one of these.
Read the fine print.
And even if you knew, like, oh, maybe you noticed the barrels were different, you could know that they might not taste the same, but there would be no way to know which one to choose.
First of all, how many people are going to choose two different, buy the same bottle, and then do this A/B compare? We were across the country from each other with that.
And I drove mine halfway across
Yeah,
the country.
Right. But here we are, able to do this little exercise. With the bottle half open now, that it's not as horrible as it was, but the sting, that tingle is still there. I certainly tasted it.
The proof is almost the same. Yours is 112 proof and mine was 111.58 proof. So less than half a percentage of proof.
Right.
Not percentage, like what would you call it? Point of proof? Less than half a point of proof. Difference, excuse me. Shouldn't make that much difference. But that drink stings, and this one's nice and smooth going down.
This drink doesn't. That drink.
Oh yeah, this one.
I see what happens.
You took it back
snuck
from
it
me.
away from him. Yes.
Well, we're gonna fight over the good glass
No.
of Wilderness Trail. Well, you have a good day.